Well, hello my friends. I am home for a little while, getting to recuperate, and since I was home, these are the times that I get to kind of indulge in some of the things that I like to do outside of making videos, which one of them is I like to follow, there's one or two companies that do wrestling autograph shows online on like Facebook, where they will do a live show for maybe an hour, 2 hours, and they'll offer signed photos, signed figures, all kinds of things for extremely reasonable prices. And so pretty much as soon as I got home, I went on one of these and they had a deal that I just couldn't refuse. And the box just showed up. I don't know what's in it yet. I know who's in it, but I don't know what's in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through this Highspots mystery box with you and kind of explain what I think some of the plus sides to do and things like this are. So Daze with Jordan the Lion, you all, and a little something different today. It begins right now. All right, so I found out about Highspots through, actually when I went to Ric Flair's last match. They had a fan convention on a couple of the days of the matches, and I found the Highspots booth and they had all kinds of cool stuff. One thing that I actually purchased from them, which is I'm really glad I did now, because they're really hard to find, and I heard they don't really like to do them anymore. I bought a signed bat, baseball bat, signed by Sting and Darby Allin together, and they cut me a good deal on it. I think it was like $100, because the guy said, yeah, I just don't want to pack it up and take it back home. It was the last day of the convention, and so yeah, I got that. I saw the whole slew of things they had. And when I got home and started looking at their site, I noticed that they actually have live signings where they have the wrestler come on their show and you can pre-buy things if you wanted it inscribed to you or whatever, and they'll sign it right there on the show and you get to see them sign your item. So it's kind of like the next best thing to being there. They were doing one of these shows though, however, where they had a list, and it was called Build Your Own Adventure. And it was $99, and you got to pick 5 names from their list, and all the names were good. They were not scrubs. They were good wrestlers. They were people that charge pretty decent amount of money if you want to meet them at a convention or anything, if you even can find them. So I was lured into this, so I purchased one of these and picked 5 names. Now, one of the things that I like about this is that they mentioned on the show it wasn't going to be just promotional photos. It wouldn't just be 8x10s. You might get signed cards, you might get signed props, you might get signed action figures. I know from experience just walking through Walmart that the action figures are like 20 to 30 bucks alone. So getting to pick 5 items, 5 signed items by the superstars they had listed, I didn't really see a name on there that when they do a meet and greet that they don't charge less than 30 bucks. So this was a good deal. So the names on that list, I'll tell you who they were and I'll tell you who I chose. The names on that list were Alexa Bliss, Britt Baker, Bronson Reed, Chris Jericho, Darby Allin, Drew McIntyre, Edge, Finn Balor, Gigi Dolan, Matt Riddle, Nikita Lyons, Rhea Ripley, Ricochet, Sammy Guevara, and Tony Storm. So again, like I said, you got to pick 5 names and they would send you 5 autographed items that they had gotten autographed, and that would all be authenticated. But you don't get to choose what it is that is signed. So that gives you a little bit of an idea. Now, the reason I did this, like I said, when I went to conventions, the Major Figures podcast, they had Sammy Guevara there. Afterward, he did a autograph signing. It was 30 bucks. 30 bucks a signature, and I didn't have a photo, so I bought one of theirs, which was like 5 bucks. So right there, you're in it for 35 bucks. And that's the low end. I don't think anybody really charges like less than 20 bucks, maybe than Virgil. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see if Highspots sent us a good box. Those were the names listed. Now, I told you I would tell you who I chose. I chose people based on who my favorites were. I do like Nikita Lyons, but I already have something signed by her, and I do already have something signed by Alexa Bliss. So I immediately removed them from potentially being on my list. But who I chose was, I took Chris Jericho, Darby Allin, Edge, because I'm an AEW fan. He's Adam Copeland. He's on AEW now. Sammy Guevara and Rhea Ripley. So it's not all AEW people. Rhea Ripley's WWE. But this should be a good box. So let's open it up and let's see what we got. The old trusty utility knife here. It came pretty quick too. I want to say I paid for this on a Sunday and it showed up on Wednesday. So they would have mailed it out on Monday, and yeah. So we should have 5 items in here. I'm hoping that the packaging that they used, which is like a Bret Hart poster, it looks like. Yeah, they crumbled up a bunch of Bret Hart posters for the packaging. I'm hoping that's not one of my items, but yeah, several Bret Hart posters. Little added fun for you. Okay, I'm seeing my figure. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do that one last. I won't look at it, I'll just show you. We do have a figure in there, so we'll open that last because I think the figure is the most fun. Plus, I can't imagine who they would send. I know pretty much I would prefer in the figure, I would prefer Sammy Guevara or Darby Allin. That's just me, but we'll see. My sheet for purchasing it. Okay, awesome. Right on top, Rhea Ripley. I think she's probably the greatest women's wrestler right now, in my opinion. She's my favorite to watch. It is authenticated, Beckett authenticated, so to buy that online, probably minimum 40 or 50 bucks. So right there, the Rhea Ripley signed photo is, and it's an early, when she was younger, different look and everything. But that is about half the value of our box already right there in just that one item. So pretty cool. Oh, nice! Our next, Edge, Adam Copeland. New to AEW. I love it. I'm a huge fan. I love how he's working his character in AEW. Always loved Edge, so that is awesome. That also probably a $50 or more autograph. This was done with Highspots themselves, so it's their authenticity. But yeah, in just those 2 items, that would pay for our box. Big fan of this guy. Originally, I was not a fan. I hated his character. Just something about him I didn't like, and then I saw he had all these feuds with other wrestlers, and then I met him in person, and he's probably one of the nicest people I've ever met, one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met. Sammy Guevara, an 11x17 signed, authenticated photo. Actually, they give you, Highspots gives you a photo of him holding that same photo that he signed, and different photos of him signing it, which I think is great. That's a really cool addition if you're not going to have it, like, because the most trusted authenticators are usually PSA, Beckett, and JSA. We actually know that Highspots gets the autographs. We see them. You can go find the videos on YouTube. So very cool. And it looks like he even put Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, he signed it. Then it says, "Hit me up." He just had a baby with Tamello. So very cool. Very cool. So those are, this would probably, I would guess, 50 bucks, maybe more, 50, 60 bucks. So we're, like I said, that's 3 items. We're already way over what we paid. Next, our figure. So we're either short 1 item because we were supposed to have 5 items. I'm only seeing 4, or I missed something, or we'll see. Oh, something just fell out. Okay. So here is, before I open this, that'll be our last one. Chris Jericho signed card. Signed Upper Deck card. Y2J, the Lionheart. I'm a fan, I like him. We have several mutual friends, so I'm a Jericho fan. That's cool, I love it. That's my first Chris Jericho autograph also. So that leaves 1 left. That is awesome because the last person is probably, I mean, because I'm a huge Sting fan, I love Darby Allin, so it's got to be Darby. I'm looking at the back. There's our back. Awesome! It is the Darby Allin Unrivaled with a coffin drop inscription. Darby Allin takes probably some of the hardest hits I've ever seen anyone hit in my life. Some people call him the human crash test dummy, but I am a huge, huge fan. I have that bat that he and Sting signed I got from Highspots, and now we have a very, very cool Darby Allin coffin drop action figure. So there you go. They have, you can follow their website, highspotauctions.com. You just have to create an account and put a credit card on file, and then when you can either go through, they have their archives online. You can buy things from there. This is not a paid endorsement or anything. I paid for this myself. I just happen to love what they do, and they offer a reasonable amount of money for people that can't get to conventions to meet people. It gets expensive, trust me. As someone who goes to conventions, it costs money to stay in hotels to go, admission, parking, then you're meeting these guys and they only take cash. So you gotta come up with cash, usually between $30 and $60 to meet per person. And then if you don't have your own item because you didn't know who was gonna be there, you gotta buy a photo from them, or some will provide a photo for free. You just never know. So it can get expensive. So this is a really economical way of getting good, authentic stuff. And those were all good names on that list. I don't think anybody would be disappointed with anything they got there, but I certainly, I think I'm really, really, really happy the most with this because, yeah, I feel like I'm becoming more of a Darby Allin fan the more and more and more I watch him. So the coffin drop along with the bat is just so cool. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to join Highspots Facebook, go ahead and join on there. They do the live auctions where you can buy stuff on there, or their website, like I said, which is also Highspot Auctions, and they announce who they're gonna have coming up. I know recently they've had people like Bret the Hitman Hart, and who else did I see they were having? Somebody they don't have very often. Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's gonna be there. So yeah, thank you all for watching. A little something different, a wrestling autograph unboxing video, but hope it's worth your time. Go try one out. Goodbye.